control your emotions. When I hit the car with a bat, it was for educational purposes. It was a way of expressing myself. Nobody was home, just me. I said to the spouse, I'm going to hit the car because you're yelling at me. And let's pretend that the car has feelings. I had to go over this with the doctor now. If the car had feelings, the car would not like to get hit. At the same time, I don't like to get yelled at. So, by hitting the car, now you can see that the car doesn't like it, and you can physically see that I don't like being yelled at. But nobody pays attention to that. Oh, he hit the car with a bat. And I got that from a story I read in the book where the farmer told his son, when you yell or when you say curse words, put these 5 nails on the fence. Take them out. All right, now you see those holes? Those are the scars you leave on people. Even if you apologize, you left a scar on those people. All right, but I didn't use the fence. I didn't use the hammer. I didn't use the nails. I used the bat. And that's why I got Baker acted. And I did that for 2 weekends in a row because she yelled at 2 weekends in a row. She didn't have cash to go shopping for 2 weekends in a row. And then the third weekend, she said she would call the cops. So I ended up saying, all right, I won't do it. And I wrote it on the car. I will speak softly, in a permanent marker, but you could erase that with water. I will speak softly to my husband. I will not yell. And her co-workers erased it, and they took pictures. And 3 months later, I got Baker acted. But that was because I did 2 more things. 2 days before the Friday that I got Baker acted at 9 o'clock in the morning, the kids were homesick from school, and I get up at 2 o'clock, and they were not letting me sleep at 1 o'clock, or maybe it was only 12. They were slamming the door back and forth. I didn't want them to get hurt with their fingers on the door. So years ago, I already taken the doorknob away, but this time I went to take the door down, but the spouse had moved my tools, and that did add to that moment of frustration. So I went, I said, get out of the room. And then I kicked the door 3 times because the first 2 kicks with my slippers didn't do anything. I didn't want to hurt myself. And so the third kick did go through and it made a little hole. But then my son continued to make the hole, and I didn't mind because he destroyed the rest of the door. I didn't mind because the door was already with a hole, 1. And 2, I wanted to donate that door about 5 years ago. About 2 years ago when the big daughter started slamming the door. I already had taken it down at least 10 times. I wanted to donate it to Habitat for Humanity, but of course the wife, the spouse, doesn't like that. So I had shoes similar to these, and these are very good for you if you are ever Baker acted, because they let you keep them because there are no laces, so you don't strangle yourself. All right, and you can take a shower with them, and very few people had them. Again, I'm always wearing them here in the house, so that's why I had them on. And the next thing that happened was, so that was on a Wednesday. Then the wife got upset, the spouse. Then on Friday morning, it was the last day of school before Christmas to get started with the vacation. So I held on to the car on the hood, and the spouse drove me around the neighborhood, but I didn't mention that to the cops because I didn't want her, to get thrown in jail. I just said she held, I closed my eyes because I wouldn't want to look at her while she's driving. Then I'm distracting her, and I was barely holding on because it takes a lot of strength. In the movies, you don't fall off. They shake the car. Oh, man, my foot. You do 15 miles per hour, you're off of that car. There was nothing to grab onto except the metal, which is cutting into your fingers a little bit. And my family member, all right, my brother, he said, just grab onto the steering, the windshield wipers. But I don't know. I think that would have broken off. I think so. Maybe not. Who knows? We got to test it sometime, huh? But anyway, she sold the car, so we can't test it with that car. It was a Chevy Cavalier, a very small car. You can see my Facebook page. I have my photo there. It's called Daniel Tortuga. It's my public photo. That's the one. So, and so I just wanted my daughter to start her vacation early and not go to school. But what I really wanted was for her to give me 15 minutes of Tai Chi Chuan, which she said she would do it in the morning, the night before, which she did not. And so I believe everybody should learn how to fight or defend themselves. I only fight to protect my life and the life of others. I achieve my fullest potential by developing honesty, integrity, indomitable spirit, strength, and I forgot the rest of it, from Mile High Karate. And so I only fight to protect my life and the life of others. And so there, I wanted all my children, I want everybody in the world, especially the good people, to learn how to defend themselves. But some people don't want to learn. And yes, in another country, I could make them learn. You know, I don't care if you don't want to learn how to cook. If you want to eat, you will learn to cook the eggs, and you will learn to cook the spaghetti, and you will learn to cook anything else that you want to learn to cook. At least 10 dishes, 15, maybe 20. And once you learn these, you see, you learn to cook. It's important. Then you'll say, man, my father was tough. He taught me how to cook by force, but I'm glad he taught me, you know, or I'm glad he taught me how to defend myself in the physical fights. All right. Thank you. So those three things, on Friday morning, the spouse blew up, and she put those three things together. And I said, but that was 3 months ago. I didn't mention that, though. I forgot to mention that to the cops and to the doctor. Oh, the bat incident, that was 3 months ago. The door incident, that was 2 days before. And the car incident, the spouse drove me around the whole neighborhood, you know. But I didn't want to get her thrown in jail for doing that, because I've heard people get arrested, both of the parents, you know, and then DCF gets both of the kids. And Grandma, was she in town? I think she was either coming to town. I don't know. So that's how I spent my Christmas. Live alone. If you want to have a beautiful life, live alone. A tiny house in the backyard of somebody, you know, pay $100 a month or $200 a month and build your own little tiny house on wheels, you know, and that's the way to do it.